check one, check two, check two. Are we on? Are we on? Are we on? Are we on?
Sounds like
Hello, world.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, it's Mo Hazel in the building. And of course, I have the beautiful Miss Glam with me. How you doing, love?
I am great.
Oh, I am great. What's up with this? We're gonna have to work on that. I'm not feeling that. Try it again. Try it gangster. I'm great.
I'm not gangster.
Try it sassy.
I am a little sassy sometimes.
So you gotta think about it. You can't just say it.
No.
All right, moving on. Hey, girl, how you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I love that one. Okay, I'm doing good. So let's get into it. Weekly Delight. On our show, we come up with a person, place, thing, inspirational quote. Just whatever is getting us through the week, we're going to share. And then hopefully I won't, laugh at it or mock it, at least for Miss Glam. Mine's always bomb sauce, but, yours is kind of...
only in your mind.
It's always bomb sauce. You want to go first?
Let's test this politeness that she claims.
It's going to be so hard. Can I start in 5 minutes?
No.
Okay, go.
My weekly delight, I got a new Fitbit. Really?
Go ahead.
You don't understand. It is giving me life.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait, no. Now let's
a sleep tracker.
How long have you had this? How long have you got in your life?
2 days.
2 whole days. Give it a week, people. Give it a week. And she's going to toss it across the floor. Go ahead.
No, I'm loving it.
Okay. What do you love about it?
Really, the main thing is the sleep tracker. But it has made me start drinking more water.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
now I'm tracking it.
That's good. I'll give you the water part. The sleep part, why we got to track our sleep.
It helps me to get good sleep.
It helps you get good sleep by knowing how long you slept.
More sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I only get about 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
Now I'm trying to get, my goal is 6.
So a watch made you accomplish more sleep.
Yes. Because now I'm seeing it.
Not seeing the bags under your eyes every morning.
I don't have bags under my eyes. I'm gorgeous no matter how much sleep I get.
Okay. I'm trying. I'm really going to try. I'm going to bite my tongue. Keep going.
Gorgeous. I don't have bags.
Keep going.
And then there's a wonderful thing called makeup that guarantees you don't have bags.
You just wear makeup.
No, I don't have bags.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you can keep lying. But anyways, back to your Fitbit. It helps track your sleep. It helps you drink more water. Consumption of water has improved.
It counts your steps. It monitors my exercise. So like when I do my yoga, it'll log that.
So it's helping you with your yoga booty. All right.
It is. Does steps.
Okay.
Like stairs. Not just steps, but stairs.
It helps you do that. Like, you can't just on your own as a human being just go up some stairs.
It's not that it helps me walk the stairs. It tracks it.
I mean,
it tells me how many calories I burn. Like. I'm trying to think of what else.
In 2 days, you get all of this.
Female health. So it tells you about your cycle and when you're fertile. It does a whole host of things.
Oh, that's great. You're a brand new woman because of your watch. In 2 whole days. This is great. I'm loving it already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Polite. The word is polite.
I'm really trying to pick my words here, but okay.
Let's try and see what your delight is.
Oh, trust me, I'm about to test you out. You ready? So, my delight, I got a text today from another friend. Wait for it, folks. And she reminded me of an upcoming trip that we're going to do together, and I'm excited.
Why am I hearing about this trip live on air?
So you won't kill me off air?
That doesn't quite work.
Okay.
I won't kill you on air. Well, then that makes witnesses.
I mean, that's exactly why I need you to know. If I go missing, people,
it was tech support.
It was because of her.
No, it was tech support.
That's all right. Anyways, but I'm going on this trip and I'm excited.
And where are you going?
I don't want to say.
Why?
Because then people will know.
They won't know when you're going.
I mean, it's still irrelevant. I don't want them to know. It's my getaway. And it's a super private vacation. Tech support knows, so that way I don't, if anything happens and I go missing.
Are you going out the country?
Possibly.
No. Are you going out the country?
Why are you...
Without me?
Whoa, get the bass out your voice. Get the hate out your heart.
You want a gangster.
I thought we weren't going to be petty.
Now you want a gangster. Remember? Wasn't that your request? You going out the country? I'm hearing crickets here. Are we going out the country? So is that a yes?
Can we move on to the topic?
No. We're on the topic of now.
First of all, let's
delight.
do this. No, we about to get scrappy on air. Why is it I can't go somewhere with somebody else? Huh?
I didn't say you couldn't go.
Why come?
I don't have all the details. I'm reserving judgment. Where are we going? Who are we going with? When is this trip? I need to know a whole host of details.
Tech support, why are you over there cracking up? Oh, okay, he's loving this because I'm always dogging him out on air. Listen, we will talk about it off air. The point of my weekly delight is, and I ain't going to do this, I'm going to tell you one time only, okay? Okay, you hear me?
It's not a weekly delight. Is
I'm
it
going
still
out
a weekly delight?
with someone else. You don't need to know the details.
No, that's not how
it
this
is
works.
what it is. We're
No.
moving on. Okay? I don't have time. Listen. I'm good. We're
Listen,
good.
Linda.
Listen, Linda. We're good.
Linda.
Can we move on?
No.
We don't need to argue on air.
Why not?
Because
it's the perfect time because
when
you
they
set
go
this up
low,
for us not to
high.
argue.
When they go low, we go high. So as you're
not
going
in these
low,
types of conversations.
we're moving
we
on.
go in.
We're moving on. So, are you ready for the topic?
What's the topic?
The topic is, are you recharging your batteries? Self-care.
So you go out the country for your self-care, huh? Okay.
You got a Fitbit for yours.
I'm not going out the country with someone else, though, am I?
You know what? Can we move on to the topic, please?
We are on the topic. It's called self-care. I'm asking you about what do you do for your self-care? And obviously you go out the country without your bestie.
I knew it was a setup. I didn't realize we were going to go in this long with it, but I just wanted to try you. But yeah, I am going out the country. So what do I do for self-care? Yes, it is traveling. I often travel with tech support. I often travel with friends.
Bestie.
Huh?
But not bestie.
I mean, I traveled one time with Bestie, and Bestie didn't get me water.
I got you apple juice.
I mean, but it was a day later.
I got you apple juice like a couple hours later.
Man, I was dying, y'all. We're going to go down this rabbit hole at the top of the bar? Okay, let's do this. At the top of the bar. We went on a trip. Long story short, I did a lot of stuff for her because it was her birthday.
Really
By the way, that's annoying. Do not go on this trip with Miss Glam because it's my birthday. It's my birthday. That's annoying.
It's my birthday.
Do you hear the sound that's coming through the speaker? That is what I heard all week long. And then I do all these little stunts for her, proving to her it's her birthday, including drinking a yard.
I'm not a big drinker. I wanted the yard.
No worries. I'm going to do it because I love my bestie. I'm going to go in. It's her birthday.
And then 2.5 seconds, she did her bestie proud.
You know what I'm saying? I did that. Got her pink cup.
I still have it.
You better have it. And then to add insult to injury, when I go back to my room because I'm tired, clearly, all I asked for one thing, water.
There was no water.
Y'all, I got it a couple hours later. It was ridiculous.
I brought her a salad because she wanted food.
Because who wants a salad?
That's what you wanted. There was nothing else. They were closing down shop.
So you bring me salad. That's what we supposed to have?
You asked for food.
Who wants food when they're hungover?
You said I want something
excuse me,
to
who wants
eat
salad
and
when they're hungover?
water. The kitchen dining area was closed. That was the only thing they had.
Oh my goodness.
Room service 24/7 on a cruise, and it is part of your port fees or fees of the boat that are you pay for regardless.
So the moral of this rabbit hole is
Drink
Miss
the water on
Glam
the-
will make you
bar.
drink a yard, and then she'll make you wait 25 hours
I didn't make
to
her
get
wait
some
25
water,
hours.
and then she brings you rabbit food. I ain't a rabbit, but that's all right. I love you anyways. It was epic, and it goes down in history.
It really does.
It does. So anyways, self-care. I do like to travel. I do like to have me time, meaning like me at home or just hours of what am I going to do? And the fun part is finding cool creative things to do by myself, whether it's ride around the city, listening to some jams, reading a book, playing my records, playing video games, whatever I want to do. That's cool, and I like doing that. Those are the main things. I would like to say I eat healthy, but I don't. But I do love it when I do. I do like taking naps, so that's self-care. Every blue moon, I'll get a facial, but it's like once a year, twice a year, maybe.
We're going to work on that.
We're going to work on that, yeah. So what about you?
My self-care is reading. That's my go-to.
Okay.
That's when I'm having a stressful week. That's how I recharge.
Okay.
But I also, I get my hair done on a regular, but I don't know
that's
if that's
relaxing. Yeah, that's relaxing because they're usually massaging your head, and you don't you're
it's really
forced to
self-care,
sit and
more of
like
a
not think about anything.
yeah. I mean, it's relaxing, meaning
And you look cute at the end.
Yeah, I
like
guess so.
That's a upbeat thing. Yeah.
I now get facials once a month, and that's relaxing.
Okay.
Every so
they
often,
are.
I'll go in and get a massage.
They give you a massage. I actually kind of like facials better than massage because, with the facial, you look pretty. And then, your shoulders are relaxed. Like, they kind of do a, yeah.
I tend to get, like, an hour massage at least once a quarter.
Okay.
That's just me. It's just quiet, peace, a reason to turn off your phone and not be bothered. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
You do yoga. That's kind of self-care.
I do yoga.
I used to walk a lot, so I need to get back to that.
And the yoga does help. I've noticed with the yoga, I sleep better. My mind is shut off.
So you're saying you don't need the Fitbit?
No, I didn't say I didn't need the Fitbit. What I said is I sleep better, meaning when I get better sleep because my brain is shut down. So I don't spend as long trying to go to sleep because my mind hasn't shut off on things of what I need to do for work, what I need to do for my needs, what I need to do for just life in general.
Yeah.
So because I do yoga right before bed, it helps me to clear my mind. Usually my nightly routine is 20 to 30 minutes of yoga, take my hot shower, and then by the time I'm getting into bed, I'm nice, relaxed, and 2.5 seconds, I'm out.
Got it. It's so funny. I don't do that. I probably should, but I will literally go to bed and, kind of watch little funny things, little quick videos, usually on YouTube with tech support, and we'll just kind of laugh and talk about our days, and that's how we unwind, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
But how do you get from not going down that rabbit hole?
Of what rabbit hole?
Like finding something funny or coming across something and then
being
up all night going down rabbit holes because
we're tired. Because we're tired. So literally all day long, or a couple days out, we usually always start saving videos, anything that comes on our timelines because we love social media. And we'll just start saving this stuff. And then at night we'll look at it. And I mean, usually we're like 3 or 4 vines in and one of us is like crashing and the other one is like right behind the other. I mean, we have to be close to dirt tired before we start watching it anyway. So it'll be like, and it's lights out for both of us. Like we just don't make it through. But it's just that connecting and ending the day with each other. That's the main thing. We like ending the day with each other.
Yeah. That's so sweet.
Yeah. I mean, yours is healthier, but ours is sweeter.
Pick your poison. That's healthy.
Oh no, yeah, definitely for the mental.
Yeah.
But not if we're eating Twizzlers.
Well, yes, not right before bed.
But now let me ask you this. Why do you think it's important? And is there a difference between men versus women with self-care?
That's an interesting question.
Right. Let me see if I know the answer too.
The first part. I do believe it is super important, self-care. Mm-hmm. And the reason being is you need that to be at your best. Everyone needs to recharge their batteries every once in a while.
At your best for what you do or at your best for others?
For both.
Okay.
For both. Because I'm naturally an introvert. My job requires me to be an extrovert. There are some days where I am in meetings or talking with people all day long. Mm-hmm. That drains my battery. I can do it, and I think I do it well, but when I come home, I'm not in the best of mood. I'm drained.
How long does it take you to decompress from that? Because it takes me, at least 30 minutes to decompress.
It depends because like when I come home, there are certain things I have to do. I have to feed the child. I have to check the homework. I have to, there are things I have to do. Sometimes I still have work to do.
Yeah.
So I make sure that on those days, I know when I'm not my right frame of mind. I think being self-aware is important. Mm-hmm. So when I'm feeling that extra stress or that, it's not really stress, but when I'm feeling drained, like my battery needs to be recharged, I sit in my favorite chair, open up a book, and I read for 30 minutes to an hour. And that helps to recharge my battery so that I can go do my yoga. I can go do the things that are relaxing. Because sometimes if I'm in that type of mood, mm-hmm. yoga's not going to get me out of it. I need to go and clear my mind because I am still thinking about all the things that need to happen, need to do. It takes a lot to shut my brain off. So for me. I need to read because when I read, especially I read a lot of fantasy.
Gang banging Chicago vampires. Are we still reading that?
I am actually.
What book are you in, by the way?
I believe I'm in book 8.
You said there was 12?
Yes.
Okay.
But I've been reading other books by other authors that have come out that I've been waiting on in between. So that's why I'm only in book 8.
Look at you. Anyway, so we like these gang banging vampires.
Yes, I'm actually really loving the book I'm in now.
Awesome. Okay, keep going.
So because I read a lot of fantasy, it requires me to picture the world, picture the people, get so deep into it that my brain can't focus on anything but creating these worlds in my head so I can see it. Like when I read, it's like a movie to me.
Yeah.
So that allows me to forget about, or at least get out of my own way with, oh, I didn't get this done today. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, and just antagonizing over stuff that just didn't go right that day.
No, I feel you. You know, it's so funny. I'm so the opposite. So, you know, when I get off work, if I do my little things like, ooh, I got a little extra time to be, you know, me time. You maybe watch TV or go for a walk, you know, drive around or, you know, go get some food, whatever I want to do. So I'll make sure I do that. But I take that as an opportunity to, what can I create? You know what I mean? Like that's when my creative juices flow. And I tend to be a late owl because I'm up with ideas. Like my head is full of thoughts, but it's like fun thoughts. Like what can I create? What can I do? Who can I collaborate with? How can I make this project better? You know, like I have all these thoughts in my head and my head is so full, but it's so full of like creative things that I'm okay with that. Like I'm just trying to get it to escape out my head to put it to pen and paper. So once it's on pen and paper, what can I do to make it an action? So my head is like swarming, but I'm okay with that. And I prefer it because it's always the fun, creative things that I wanted to do. So that's interesting. You're trying to drain your brain and mine is swelling at that point. Two opposite things. But it's like, but I, you know, like clearly we both like what we do is the point, but it's just amazing how it's opposite. That's all. I just thought that was kind of neat.
But so how do you sleep with all of that going on?
I don't. I usually tend to sleep. I make up sleep. So I have, you know, certain days to where I have full days off and I'll sleep in on those days to kind of make up. And when I tell you I sleep in, it's like a grizzly bear. It's like I'm hibernating. I ain't waking up till like 1 in the afternoon. But yeah, on the weekdays, I get up early and I go to bed late. So I'm not getting my Monday through Friday normal sleep, but usually I catch up on it. And it kind of does balance out. I probably need a little bit more sleep than than what I am getting. But I get a decent amount, like I'm functional. And I don't need coffee every morning to get my day going. So I'm clearly not that tired, but I'm sure I could use more sleep. But my thoughts are going and I'm okay with it. The adrenaline of my thoughts keep me up, and then the excitement of what I do in my 9 to 5 and then what I'm gonna do in my creative land gives me the reason to get up.
I understand.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but I'm probably sure if I had a Fitbit, it would be like, bitch, you need to go to sleep. Like night.
And that's why that's why I'm excited about it. It's because I know I don't get enough sleep, and that is a good part of self-care. Mm-hmm. Your body needs to recharge for health reasons and for mental reasons.
Now, do you think there's a difference? Because we were talking, that was a question I asked earlier. Do you think there's a difference between men and women in what they do for self-care and if they think it's important?
I don't know if men think it's as important, but I think they do it. They just do it in different ways.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they think about it. And I could be wrong. And men, please chime in, comment below on badassbesties.com. You like that plug? Anyways, I do think men do it just effortlessly.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
You know, they
like
schedule
like, self-care. What do you mean? I just go golfing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or I play a pickup game every morning on the basketball court near the house.
Yeah,
or
that's
things
not self-care.
Like that.
That's just hanging out.
Yes.
They don't call it that.
Yes.
But they do it.
Yes.
I think way more than women. And women,
I go grab a cigar with the boys. They don't think about it. They just do it.
Right.
And I think the difference is women struggle with it because they feel guilty.
And then we're just that it's built into us, even if we don't have children, to be nurturers. We're
We're always thinking about someone else.
Yeah. Making sure everybody's okay, checking in. That makes us feel good. But in the end, we're running our own battery down, but we're replenishing others.
Yes. That's why it's so important for self-care, especially for women, because we are taking care of others. We need to stop, take care of ourselves first.
Yeah. And I think we need to eliminate the guilt of it.
Yes.
Eliminate the guilt because you can't take care of others without taking care of yourself first.
Correct.
I think people think, maybe women more than men, but I think people think sometimes like, oh, I can't sneak off and go get my nails done. I can't sneak off and go do this over here that would make me happy because my kids need me or my husband needs me, or I can't do that because I got so many things going on at work. I can't just, leave a little early today. And they have that guilt. I mean, there's just so many things that can backlash from you just putting people first 24/7.
And eventually it does catch up with you in the sense of, not to say that you don't love the people you're taking care of, but then you start to be resentful or hurt or get angry at things because you don't feel appreciated.
And they don't understand where it's coming from.
Exactly.
You're coming from left field because you done built this up.
Yes.
It's been building and building and building, and then you just explode, and they're like, whoa, I just asked for cookies.
Exactly.
Mommy, why are you yelling at me? I just asked for cookies.
That's why self-care is so important.
Yeah.
But you have to be self-aware to know what your triggers are to when you need that time. Like, do you have certain things that clue you in to when you need time?
Yeah. People's voices start getting annoying, and it's just regular. They're doing nothing different. It's not them. It's just, it starts to be annoying. The repetitiveness of the day. We have this routine. Right? Everybody has the routine. When they get up, what time they go to work, how they get into work, how they start their day, how they end their day, all their duties once they get off work, all of that. When that routine starts to be annoying and not just like breathing, then it's time for me to abort. Let me go online to orbits.com. Shout out to them, and book a trip somewhere, and don't tell Miss Glam where I'm going. No, I'm joking. But, I got to do something, and I need that to keep going. So it might be, let me just walk, a little bit more often to clear my head. Let me get that back in the routine. Or, hey, let me, go catch up with old friends, or, let me pick up a book and make sure I'm incorporating reading that every day, so that way it's something pleasurable for me to look forward to, so that way the day feels less routine. Because even though we have a routine, it shouldn't feel like a routine. It should feel effortless. It's just living your life, right? But when everything starts to be annoying, like, if I gotta get up one more time, if I gotta take the kids one more time to this thing, oh my gosh, if she calls me one more time for a PTA meeting, I'm gonna go off. When it starts to be like that, then it's like time for me to make a change, switch some things up.
Interesting.
What about you?
Mine is when my OCD starts to get to an unhealthy level.
So every day. Every day.
No. There are certain things that,
the spot doesn't come off the counter right
There
now.
are certain things that drive me insane always.
Do tell.
But
go down that rabbit hole.
No. But I'm not giving you ammunition.
Dang it.
But there are things that I've learned. I have a small child. Well, not so small, but I have a child in my house.
I was going to say, she's taller than you at this point.
But I have a child in my house. With children come chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she knows me pretty well. But there are things that if I find the sock, a random sock in my living room, will set me off. And I know tables? That, okay, I'm going to read. I will, scream her name, make her come pick it up, but I'm sitting in my chair to read. And she knows, okay, you need time. Mm-hmm. And she'll tell me sometimes that, I think you need to read tonight. You need to read. Just go sit and read. I'm going to go in my playroom. Just go sit and read.
Oh, that's sweet that baby girl, is in tune
it's because
to you
I'm
like that.
Fussing.
She's like, before she hits me.
It's because I'm fussing. But she, she is she's very empathetic and very sweet and kind, that she will, all right, I know better than to let me just let her have some time. Is there something I can do? How can I help? Mm-hmm. Which I do appreciate it. But usually when she's doing that, that means I've been fussing and I'm fussing for no reason.
Right, right.
So that kind of clues me in too. Because when she's going, okay, like, I don't know what's setting her off. Let me start being extra nice.
Is it that time?
I'm like, okay, wait a minute. She's being extra nice. So I must need to recharge my battery. Let me sit.
Well, okay. So let me ask you this. So do you think, now I know you're in a relationship, but you're not married. So can I consider you single for this next question?
Yes. That's what I mark on my tax return.
That's what thank you. If you mark it on your tax return, you're single. Okay. So.
But, for when you listen, I love you, boo.
Uh-huh. Sure. Uh-huh. We'll go with that. But no, for this segment, I need you to be single, air quotes single. Do you think single people versus married people look at self-care totally different? And let's take kids out of the equation. Just 2 married people and then you being single, even though you have a boyfriend, single with your man.
I think it can be, because I think the guilt maybe comes across a little bit less.
Lies. I don't feel guilty at all.
You don't feel guilty?
Tech support don't. We don't. I mean, maybe our marriage is different. I'll say it like this. We love doing things together. We love to do things together. I think it's important that married people do things separately too. Make sure they're on the up and up. I mean, now you can't just be doing something that I don't know about. Let me know. And the same thing with him. He'd be like, where you going? Who you going with? Like, kind of run me the rundown like how you did earlier in the episode today. But, we make sure everybody knows what we're doing, but we do it because if something ever happened, I need to go on, he needs to go on, and it's because he has this life and these plans and these activities that he does without me. Because it'll help.
You need a break.
Yeah, that too. He get on my nerves all the time, for sure. I mean, that's the pleasant way, thinking long term, you can't get over a broken heart without
Sometimes you need to miss people.
Yeah.
If you with each other time, you don't you take them for granted because you don't miss them.
Absolutely. I do. And every time I do an activity, I'm reminded all the time that, dang, I wish I was with tech support. All the time. Same thing with me. He'll come home and he'll be like, might have been cooler if you were there. And that's fine. But we need to have these routine and activities as solo people, because our life doesn't revolve around each other. We are including each other in our worlds. But again, I make me happy. He makes him happy. What makes each other happy?
But what if, let's take it put a twist to it.
Okay.
He's sick.
Yes.
He's sick.
Okay. Then I'm all in. I'm going to take care of him.
But you need to recharge your batteries. Okay. Do you feel guilty when I just need an hour. I need to go get in the car and listen to music. I just need an hour.
I probably would, ask him. Now, if he's unable to have that conversation, then yeah, if I look at it this way. I'll put it like this. If I know I did the best that I could and I'm working hard to show that my love is there, then I have no guilt with taking an hour and then coming back so I can go at it again hard for him. If he's capable of talking, we'll have that conversation. I'll let him know, hey, I'm here, whatever you need, but I do need a little minute and I'll be right back. I can make sure family members with him, I'll do what I got to do to make him feel comfortable before I take off and go to a movie or go to a play or go wherever. I would make sure he's comfortable. But outside of that, I wouldn't feel guilty because I know in the end, no matter what, I did the best that I could. And that's all I can do. It ain't like I was, sitting around the house not taking care of him and then saying, I need a break. That would be wrong. And then I should feel guilty. I should feel horrible. But it wouldn't be the case. I would go in wholeheartedly, 100%. But if my battery's depleted and now I'm at 20%, bruh, give me a minute. I'm going to go replenish, and then I'll be back at 100%, and I'm going to hit the pavement running and taking care of you. What about you?
I think I used to. I don't anymore. It's the same way as you.
You used to feel guilty, and now you don't anymore.
Well, I think it was...
Does it depend on the person? Because you, the disclaimer, you take care of a lot of people.
Well, and I think that's why I used to feel guilty. Okay. And it took me getting older and wiser and realizing it's only me. I can only do so much. I'm giving you 100%.
Right.
So when I need a minute, I need a minute.
Absolutely.
And they never made me feel guilty. It was more, if I think back, I'm the oldest child. That responsibility to care for others was ingrained in me. Because I was always responsible for making sure your brothers and sisters are well or taken care of.
Yeah. That's
the job of the older sibling. I think because of that, I used to feel guilty of, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. And I'll admit, like, sometimes I do feel guilty about certain things. Like, if I have a meeting and I'm missing something that's important to my needs, like an award ceremony or whatnot. Usually I can make it work, but there have been circumstances where I have to miss one.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel guilty for missing one, but it's because I know there's so few.
Okay.
So it's that juggle of, y'all, the work, I have to be there because this is an important meeting and I'm missing this. So it's that picking that battle.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
And 99% of the time she wins. But there are that 1% that I have to be there. And I think part of it is looking and making sure I'm comfortable with the choice. So anytime I'm not comfortable with the choice, it's because when I look back, I feel like I made the wrong choice. So I've learned to make sure I make the choice that I won't regret. And 9 times out of 10, or 9.9 times out of 10, the choice I won't regret is being there for her. It's the only time.
Right.
Work will always be there.
Right. And then you retire from it, and then all you have is her. Yeah. You know what I mean? So these are people that are going to be in your life forever. And sometimes it's important to put them first.
Correct.
And that's another point, too. Putting family before work. It'll always be there. I understand that, and it's not to make anybody feel guilty who has to go to work 24/7 because they got to make sure that bills are paid because they're working check to check. And shout out to those who, without any complaint, just do what they have to do to make life good for their family. I think y'all are beautiful people in my eyes.
I'm very fortunate. My job is one where I have that flexibility.
Yeah, but when you have that flexibility,
it's awesome.
Use it.
I realize that not everyone has that flexibility in their job.
It was somebody who told me this. You think you're, and you really could be the most valuable player in the game, employee of the year type person, come hard, great work ethic, and you truly are an asset to your company. But if you drop dead tomorrow, I guarantee you that company will still function without you. So why not put your health first? Now listen, I'm not giving, disclaimer, I'm not telling y'all
to call into work.
Mo Hazel and Miss Glam said, I can just, clock out today. It's self-care day. Self-care. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if it's getting to the point where it's your health or work, always choose your health. If it's, getting to the point where you need to care for family or work, care for family. It'll be there. You won't be able to get back, and you'll have more regret if you didn't do those things.
Yeah, exactly.
Because work will be there.
Yeah.
You don't know what life's going to be like if your family member is gone, or if your health is gone. So really tune into what you need and tune into what your family and friends need and be there for them. It's there for that.
Fortunate enough to have
that balance, that work balance. And that's a good question to throw at you. Do you feel you have really good work hard, play hard work balance?
Sometimes.
I feel I do now. I was guilty of it being skewed and not in the favor of play.
And when I say sometimes, don't get me wrong, I work hard.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you do. I give you that.
I also make time for my niece and her activities. So I don't know if I'm playing hard as far as taking time for me. A lot of my things revolve around what she has going on. I do take time for me, like when I'm waiting at ballet practice, I can read.
But doesn't it make you smile to see her at her recitals?
Yes. So that's why I say I do play hard and I have a bit of balance because she makes me have balance.
Mm-hmm. She forces you to slow down.
Correct. So, like, for instance, there's a rule in my house and it's her rule. When I come home from work, I used to, dinner's ready. I'm working. I'm catching up on things I didn't get to, especially if I had meetings all day and wasn't able to do things that needed to get done. But one of the things that we agreed to, it was years ago, she was really young, was a true emergency that it has to get out and go out like right now, that laptop stays closed till 9:30.
Excellent rule.
Which is her bedtime.
How old was she when she came up with that rule?
Oh, 6 maybe?
That's an excellent rule. Because it's true. When you clock out, and I know it's hard for you, so I'm not making you feel guilty, but I do think if you really, truly can, that's the one thing I will give myself. When it's time to clock out, mentally, I've checked out.
And I do.
My day. And I do not come back to that until it's time to clock back in.
That's why I made the agreement of the laptop does not open until she goes to bed, which is 9:30. And usually by then, I've been able to process what truly has to be done tonight.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can wait till morning.
Exactly.
There are some times where, I really need to do these 2 things.
And that's fine.
And that's fine because I still got my quality time.
I think she would understand if she knew.
Well, she's already asleep. By that time, she's asleep.
Well, perfect.
So that's why the rule is my laptop doesn't open till 9:30 because 9:30 is her bedtime. So we do her bedtime routine, make sure she's in bed, tucked in. And then if I need to work, I can work.
Okay.
That just means long nights for me.
Work. Oh, you're such a hard worker. Listen, I check out. I don't even mind staying a little bit longer on the clock if I know once I clock out, I don't have to think about it until I think some of it
work. For me is because I support people. So HR is a function that supports people.
I don't support people?
It's not that you don't support people.
What you trying to say?
But my role is...
No, finish your sentence.
All of the employees, I've always said they can, whatever time they need me, call me. Because that's my job, is to be there for them. And so with that in mind, sometimes things are off the clock. Things happen not during work hours that I have to support them for. So I've learned to try to be as proactive as possible. So when I have to be reactive, I can. Mm-hmm. And I can do it where it's not making someone feel bad because I didn't plan accordingly. Because that's not fair.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up. Let me ask you this instead of what's the moral. What would be your advice to people out there who don't put their self first? Like, give some awesome aha wisdom. Let's end like that.
Usually when people don't put their self first is because either A, they don't know how, or B, because they feel guilty. Mm-hmm. So maybe change the narrative a little bit. It's not necessarily putting yourself first, but take time for you too. So if you are feeling so guilty, fine.
Not me.
Just take half that time or a quarter of that time to do something that makes you smile for you, that helps you recharge your battery. You don't have to take a full day. You don't have to take a full hour.
But it would go a long way.
Yes. But if you just want to take 15 minutes, take 15 minutes for you.
And watch how the rest of your day changes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because when you take care of you, the way you take care of others changes. You don't necessarily have to have them appreciate you to make it feel worth it.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I get that my niece will appreciate me when she gets older. But the constant, go to bed and, get up at this time and do your homework, that she's not appreciating today.
Yeah.
And while I know it's for her well-being, all I get is back lip and rolling eyes and, things that kids do because they don't understand the importance.
Right.
If I didn't have self-care, and do things for me to make sure I was healthy, maybe I would be more frustrated that she's not appreciative of the things I'm doing for her today. I don't expect that of her because she's a child. Or in a relationship, there are times where he's sick and I'm taking medicine, doing this stuff, and all he's doing is, I don't want to take
whine and complain. Men are such babies when it comes to being sick.
It's like, what is that called? The man flu? The man flu, which is,
just shot me a
mean you're dying when you're really just coughing.
Whining.
And it's during those times where self-care is important because while I know he's appreciative and he always is very much appreciative when he's all better, during it, it's, I'm fine, I'm miserable, I'm dying. You're not dying.
And just being a punk. I understand. They men do that. Yeah, that's just an innate thing to do. Yeah.
Self-care is important. It changes your perspective perspective on just the outlook of things. Mm-hmm. And for those who don't know how, I would say find what makes you smile. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of sites, and self-care is a thing now. Mental health is important.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a movement.
So
I'm pretty sure our parents would be like, self-care? What you mean self-care? Ain't nobody got time for that.
The only thing my mom, if you had clothes on your back, food
right.
on your table, roof over your head, ain't nothing wrong with you.
Self-care.
That was your self-care. You fine. Emotional health was not something that they thought about back then.
Right. Well, thank you for that long-winded answer. We appreciate it. It was very insightful. Long-winded, but insightful.
Really?
No, it was good stuff. It was good stuff, I promise. Listen, I'm going to keep it simple. YOLO. You only live once. No, listen. Okay, I'm going to get to the point. You only live once, right? You only have one life to live, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so here's what I would like to remember when I'm old and gray. I would like to remember those times that I'm laying in bed, giggling over little videos with my husband. I would like to remember those times where I just said, I'm going to get in the car and just drive. Just drive and listening to music. I'm going to love reminiscing over the time when I got to play my favorite record. I'm going to remember the time where I took trips with Miss Glam. I'm going to reminisce over those times. I'm not going to reminisce over those deadlines that were due. I'm not going to reminisce over how many times having to help my child with that homework assignment. I would rather remember the time that, we did cartwheels in the backyard. Like self-care, all those moments of self-care is what I want to remember. And that's what I feel is important to my life. And everything else is just necessary for me to get to that point of doing the things I love. I have to go to work to fuel all the things that I love to do. That's it. After that, and I do my job. So to be clear, if my boss is ever listening, I'm gonna clock in, I'm gonna do my job, I'm gonna work hard, give you the best me in that 8 hours. And when I clock out, nothing else. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on all my dreams, making those realities, and the time I spend with others. That's it. So self-care is pretty much my life. You only live once.
That
is that meeting, are you going to remember that meeting when you're 80 years old? No, but you're going to remember every time your kid laughed. Like I said, when you think about what you want to think about when you're sitting in the rocking chair in the front of the house, outside, you ain't going to want to be thinking about those meetings. Right?
Correct. I'm going to be thinking about the trip that Mo Hazel took without me.
You take trips without me too. She ain't saying all that, but that's all right. But that's the point. So self-care, do it. Right, people?
All the time.
As much as you can. And we know you can't do it every day, but try to squeeze it in if you can. Even if it's 5 minutes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Moving on. Petty word of the day. Is this your favorite segment?
I kind of like Weekly Delight.
I love petty word of the day because I like learning, but I also like hearing what you got to say. I'm really scared. I actually look forward, believe it or not, to hearing what you say petty word of the day versus your Weekly Delight. So
why?
Just because I want to know what's on the dome when it comes to these little big words that you have. So petty word of the day, for any of you guys that are new to this segment, or even if you've been listening and loyal, we love you, by the way, for the ones that are loyal. Petty word of the day is where we look up a pretty new word to enhance our vocabulary and to ensure that we teach you properly what the word means. We like to put it in a pretty petty sentence. Did I get it all?
You got it all.
All right, so we'll start with you, Ms. Glam. What is your petty word of the day?
My petty word of the day is chagrin.
Chagrin.
And it is an adjective.
Sounds biblical.
Chagrin?
Chagrin and Abednego. Okay, I'm just playing.
It means overly or sickishly sweet, or affectedly agreeable or friendly. My pretty petty sentence. Ready for it?
I mean, just saying it pretty isn't going to make it pretty, but keep going.
Mo Hazel comes across as chagrin. But I know the truth, and that is not the word I would use to describe her.
What word would you use? Awesome.
I'm going to be good.
Awesome.
Starts with a B, ends with a Y.
Beautiful. Bombastic.
With a B. With
Bootylicious.
With the Y, ends with a Y. Starts with a B, ends with a Y.
Beauty.
Bitchy.
Is that a question? I can be that. I can be that. To you all day, every day. Yes.
Petty.
You know what? That's all right. Moving on to my word. Fumadiddle.
What word was that?
Fumadiddle. Complete, utter nonsense.
What type of word is it?
It's a noun.
Okay.
The little side conversation tech support and Miss Glam had before this episode without me was Fumadiddle. Drop mic.
Really?
Yeah, what were y'all saying?
We were
talking about me. I know.
We were.
Yeah.
It wasn't our fault you weren't paying attention.
That's all right. You know what? See, that's why I can't stand y'all. Y'all are not allowed to be in the same room because when y'all get together, y'all just find ways to try to clap back on me.
But
because you know separately I can take you down, but together y'all figure y'all form a transformer and try to attack me. That's all right. No. You good?
Steps out of line. That's all that's important.
Oh, I know that, but I don't like it when y'all try to clap at me with y'all little side comments, like
Well, you were being petty
mad about me. You know, I'm trying to get into the aura of this space, and you were clapping at me. But that's all right. You were being
petty.
I love you both,
and we love you back.
Until you get your little side conversations, then y'all laughing at me. That's not funny. That hurt my feelings.
Then you should not be going on a trip and dropping that bomb on me on the air.
So what we proceed to do is have a side conversation and talk smack about Miss Mo Hazel.
Yes, and you might have a surprise when you come back.
Boy, we'll talk about this when I get back. All right, wrapping it up. Do you have anything to say?
Until next time.
And we are out.